Veterans, the Fed has done it.
Tonight Show, brought to you by AE Door and Window Company. They sell the best and service the rest. Penn Station East Coast Subs. Penn Station, it's all in good taste. Thomas More University. Join Thomas More University October 1st for the 2024 NKY Regional College Fair on campus at the Connor Convocation Center. And by Kelsey Chevrolet on Route 50 and 275 in Lawrenceburg. Greater Cincinnati's fastest growing full service dealer and the Tri-State's #1 Chevy lease dealer. All because of your family believing in ours. From our family to yours. KelseyChev.com. This is High School Football Tonight.
All right, welcome in to the High School Football Tonight show powered by TriStateFootball.com here on ESPN 1530, Fox Sports 1360. I'm Dan Klaskins, the publisher of TriStateFootball.com, alongside Greg Shoemaker. We're here till 11 o'clock, getting you caught up on all the latest scores from around the Tri-State. Week 5 of the high school football season. Greg, we've reached the halfway mark, and wow, what a night it was, including, obviously, this exciting contest. We just got done 2 of our top 5 teams, including the top-ranked Moeller Crusaders, a historic night for the Crusaders and their quarterback. They win 45-37 in our Blitz 5 game of the week, a game you were out at a little bit earlier, and we don't want to spend too much time breaking this one down because we just got done talking about it for 15 minutes here. But
one of the best atmospheres I've ever been in, 7,000 fans and the GCL South opener, Dan, and it lived up to everything, and that's all we got to say about it for right now.
We got Drew Westerheide producing the show today, and our great friends over at NKU knocking us out on our live stream at the Tri-State Football over there on YouTube. So be sure to check that out as well. But a lot of news to get to, a lot of scores. Unfortunately, we got to start the program tonight in an unprecedented way, talking about some breaking news involving another shooting. This from our friends at WLWT Channel 5. Tonight, for the second time in less than 2 weeks here, there's been a shooting at North College Hill. Their football game versus Woodward tonight came to an abrupt halt after gunshots were fired nearby for the second time. Shu, the big problem here is, according to a spokesman with Cincinnati Public Schools, a football player, an unnamed football player from Woodward, was injured in the shooting. His condition is unknown. This obviously a very tragic story here, and really just sort of leaving me a bit speechless.
Yeah, it really is. And this player was shot during the game, Dan. So I can't imagine what the franticness was during the aftermath of all of this. This is just uncalled for. This is ridiculous. And you know, it's ironic because tonight I was talking to North College Hill former alum and great player Lucian Kidd at the St. Xavier game today, and things it just sucks if you're a North College Hill fan and stuff. And I just don't even know where even to go to think about this.
Yeah, the superintendent for North College Hill, quoted here by WLWT, this will be the last football game we play on this field this year because of the gun violence outside the stadium, and just a tragic situation. So our thoughts certainly going out and well wishes to this unnamed football player. But we'll start tonight's show on a bit of a somber note here before we get around and update you on the scores. We are up against the clock, so let's get to some of the big games tonight outside of that Blitz 5 game. And Shu, we definitely had some big ones indeed. One of the bigger ones of the night was a game that really took place in Northern Kentucky, again with Covington Catholic and Beechwood going at it. Two rivals there, and Covington Catholic, the 16th ranked Colonels, they come out on top 49-28 in this contest. Covcat 561 rushing yards. Andrew Bessler 4 touchdowns on the day here, and this was a pretty lopsided contest as the Colonels pull away and finding their groove on the ground shoe in a big way here. So that was a good one. A lot of big games tonight in the GMC, but a lot of lopsided scores there as well, Greg.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at what happened with Covcat tonight, they started off 0-2, and they found who they are now. They're a smash mouth football team. Geisler tonight with 208 yards. Andrew Bessler with 170 on 8 carries. I mean, they averaged 12.5 yards per carry against an undefeated Beechwood team, and really did a nice job. 561 yards and 7 touchdowns on the ground for the Colonels, who are on a 3-game winning streak.
Yes, sir. And as I mentioned, the GMC, Princeton, they knock off Mason, our second-ranked Vikings, 30-7 there. Lakota West, number 3 in the poll. They roll Middletown, 10th-ranked Middletown, I should say, 51-7 in that affair, and certainly some other contests. We've got a lot of upsets. We had an exciting ending finish at Elder we want to talk about, and of course, we got a couple coaches, including some that had some big upsets tonight. Dave Trosper, we're going to try to talk from him. The Connor Cougars knocking off Simon Kenton. So much more ahead, so stick around. We're here till 11 o'clock. It's Dan Klaskins. It's Greg Shoemaker. It's high school football tonight, and it's right here on Cincinnati's ESPN 1530 and Fox Sports 1360.
Craving Penn Station East Coast subs? Skip the line and order online at penn-station.com. Get your favorite sub with fresh cut fries and fresh squeezed lemonade. Visit penn-station.com.
WLWT Blitz 5 is putting the fun back in football.
Blitz 5 Nation, how we doing tonight?
With Charlie, Olivia, and the whole Blitz 5 team.
We're everywhere tonight.
It's going to be exciting for everybody.
Tailgates, traditions, touchdowns, and more.
They heard about our pool party.
And it's all live only on Channel 5.
Where else would you rather be?
WLWT Blitz 5 with Charlie Clifford and Olivia Ray.
We've got a great night for high school football.
Tonight at 11.
I've got Trosper.
We've been doing our own thing for more than 50 years at Gold Star. Also, you can do your own thing. The coney thing, the veggie thing, the fries thing, the juicy flat top burger thing, the cheesy, crunchy, wrapped up in a tortilla, can't believe this is a thing. It's not what you'd expect from a neighborhood chili parlor. And we think that's a good thing. At Gold Star, you're invited to come as you are, like what you like, and follow your own recipe.
For over 20 years, the Underground Sports Shop has been the local favorite for sports teams, fans, and businesses who are looking for quality products with prices they can afford. From uniforms and sports gear to fan apparel and promotional items, we take pride in providing you with the customized products you need and the service you deserve. To place an order, visit us online at theundergroundsportsshop.com or call us at 513-751-1662. That's the Underground Sports Shop, showcasing pride on and off the field.
Week 5 on the Blitz 5, we set up shop at the GCL South rivalry that always delivers. Our tailgate at St. X ahead of the top 15 showdown with Moeller, electric. Same goes for tonight at 11 on WLWT. We'll have post-game reaction from Big Mo and the Bombers. Plus, as league play intensifies, we'll take you around the tri-state with ranked battles at the top of the ECC, the GMC, upsets, statement wins. Every win matters at the midway point. For Olivia Ray and the Blitz 5 crew, get to Channel 5, 11 o'clock for the plays you missed at the big games you couldn't get to tonight. We'll see you then.
Don't let game day take a toll on your home this season. Call Zerorez Carpet and Edder Cleaning for those nasty spills. Their patented cleaning system gets your home incredibly clean, insanely clean, without leaving behind any soapy residues. Zerorez means your surfaces stay cleaner much longer. For a very limited time, Zerorez Fall Savings Event is now going on. 20% off all cleaning services. That's 20% off carpets and air duct When you mention me, Bill Cunningham, mention Bill Cunningham. Easily schedule online your cleaning service at ZeroCincy.com.
Make it
stand by.
University. Our Saints Essential program is designed with you in mind. Enjoy all access dining plans, easy parking, and more included with your tuition. Visit campus and receive an additional $1,000 yearly scholarship. Schedule now at thomasmore.edu.
All right, let's jump right back into it here on Cincinnati's ESPN 1530, Fox Sports 1360. It's high school football tonight, and it's powered by TriStateFootball.com. Dan Claskins, Greg Shoemaker rolling with you to 11 p.m. And right now we're going to welcome in our first coach of the evening. A big win for his Connor Cougars. They knock off Simon Kenton tonight by a score. Well, I'm getting different scores here.
So I got 42-19.
42-19 is what I'm seeing now. We'll confirm that with Coach Trosper. A big win tonight, Coach. First of all, was that the correct score here?
Yeah, 42-19 was the final.
There you go. There you go. And an impressive victory nonetheless for those of us that weren't there, Coach. Tell us, what was the couple of the keys to success to your guys' big performance here tonight?
Well, I mean, first of all, up front, we played really well. We blocked well, handled the line of scrimmage on offense. And then defensively, we came back out in the second half and we just shut them out. We changed a couple of things out. They were able to get the quarterback loose on us. They weren't able to run the ball, so they were getting him loose on some RPO stuff. And we made a couple of changes with some of our coverages and what we were doing at halftime. And we knew we were going to do that, and we were able to do it. And Wyatt Hatfield he was electric all night long on offense.
Dave, I want to talk to you a little bit about Wyatt Hatfield. Last year, you starting your quarterback for you, but you also got Grayson Montgomery, a junior, who's also playing a little bit of quarterback. Tell me about how you're using Hatfield now. I mean, coming into this game, he had 337 yards rushing and 10 touchdowns, and he still was throwing a little bit, not a whole lot, but tell us how you're using him and Montgomery in that backfield.
Well, we were early on. We're not using them both now. Wyatt's solely the quarterback now.
Okay.
And, the past 3 games, he's been all quarterback. So he wasn't able to play quarterback for the first 2 games, and so he was able to get back into the quarterback lineup. And Grayson is actually playing wide out now. So Wyatt is playing corner and playing quarterback. So he's just electric. He took the game over. Obviously, what I said was with our offensive line was able to give him some opportunities, and he made some checks, did some great things, and got us in position to move the ball, and we did. We stubbed our toe a couple of times, one time in the first half, but every time we had the ball, we scored. So he can do a lot of things, and as a senior, he's really taken over his role of understanding the offense, able to make some check reads and do some things. But our defense they came out in the second half, and I told them they'd get 4 possessions. We needed 2 stops. They got 4 possessions, and we had 4 stops.
Nice. Hey, let's talk a little bit about your offensive line. I know you have a great offensive lineman there, Dylan Stewie Stewart, but there's other guys up front. Talk about the job they're doing, because you guys really are running the ball pretty robustly right now.
Well, 4 of them have been 4-year starters, 3-year starters for us. Dylan started as a freshman. And then the other 3, Bowden Roberts, Gavin Freeze, and now I'm drawing a blank on my right guard. Riley Marsh. All 4 of them have been 3-year starters for us. So they actually have transitioned into more defense this year also. We've been playing Dylan on defense a lot, which he didn't play last year. Bowden and Gavin Freeze have been playing on the defensive line. So it's really given us an opportunity to flip-flop them, play some guys in some spell spots on defense. We've got about 6 guys on defensive line that we can roll in and out. So they're mature. They understand. And for us, with what we do offensively, running the ball, it's all about communication. They're able to communicate. And they really give us some different looks tonight with some 8-man, 9-man boxes. And we were able to still generate a ton of offense.
Yeah, let's talk about the D a little bit further. I mean, last year, you guys gave up a lot of points. Let's just call it what it is, Coach. I mean, there was a lot of nights where the scoreboard got a lot of action. I mean, this year, 4th out of 5th contest, I believe, now under 20 points. A lot of improvement there. What do you think's been the key so far this year?
Well, I mean, last year, 2 of our starters got hurt week 3. We lost our 2 stud inside linebackers, and Say and Adam Duncan. So nobody ever talked about that last year. But we started out 3-1, and we lost those guys in week 4, and it really impacted what we were doing. This year, we're able to control the line of scrimmage with our D line, and that's critical for what we're doing. Our linebackers have stepped up with Chase Bailey and Keen's playing great at the middle linebacker, and Aiden Deppenbrock's playing the outside backer, and Austin Sparks is coming in and playing also. So, we've got a plethora of guys. We've got more defensively. We've got the ability to sub more. So we stay fresh. And, Simon Kenton went really, really fast tonight, which hurt us a little bit in the first half because we couldn't get some subs and stuff in. But we were able to get them in the second half because they slowed down a little bit. And obviously the heat and the weather slowed them down a little bit, and that enabled us to get some of our subs in and do things we needed to do.
I'll tell you what, I'm glad you say that, because I thought when I cover Simon Kenton, I mean, just walking the sidelines, it wears me out. So I know what you're – so I'm glad you guys struggle with that pace a little bit too. Coach, listen, congrats on the fast start here, Dave. I mean, 4-1. Got another tune-up next week before you get in that tough district play, but we're looking forward to watching these Cougars as we get into the fall here, my friend.
No, actually, next week starts district play. We have Scott.
Oh, that's right.
We'll start district play next week with Scott, and then we're straight through with district play all the way through to our open week right after the last game. So we got to stay focused on what we're doing now, and it's these were all 5 warm-up games, and now the next 5 are for what it's all about.
There you go. There you go. So, well, good luck next week, and good luck down the stretch, Dave. We hope to catch up with you later in the season.
Guys, I appreciate it a ton. I always love what you guys do for high school football. You're welcome to cover us because every time you do and you ask me to call, we win. So how about let's do that some more?
We have some coaches that when we ask them to call, they always lose. So that's good news.
Greg's glad to hear that because he gets
Not us.
There's some
we
other
win,
guys he's
guys,
the jinx
so
of.
just continue. Even if you don't want to talk to me, just send the email.
Sounds good, Dave. Thanks a lot, man.
All right,
Appreciate
Dave,
it.
Keep it going there.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night.
All right, there you have it. Dave Trosper. Yeah, they got 5 straight district games there.
I forgot Scott moved up from 4 to 5.
I did. I messed that up.
That 5A District 6 is now 6 teams.
Yeah.
That's a big district.
And Boone County's in it.
No, they're out. Or are they?
Well, according to him, yeah. I'm looking at the calendar here. So it's a little bit to keep track of there, but nonetheless, we've got another coach we're working on here. We'll effort that as we do that, Greg. Let's take a trip out to the Underground Sports Shop scoreboard real quick. We're on Kentucky, so let's just roll through some finals we have for you from the Bluegrass State, and we'll start with 7th-ranked Cooper coming up big tonight, 62-36 over Great Crossing, and they just keep on rolling on all facets. Another huge night for Cam O'Hara. We'll talk about him in the game ball section. Elsewhere, it was 13th ranked. Actually, I don't have a final on Highlands. We'll come back to that one in a minute, but we mentioned.
Wait, I think I do.
You got it, Greg?
35-0 over Raceland. Yeah.
There you go.
Thank
it was
you to KY High football. Yeah.
There you go. 35-0. Bluebirds bouncing back after a tough one last week. We've got, of course, Covington Catholic. We talked about that, knocking off Beechwood. That was 49-28 in that contest. As we get down to some other games, so as we talked with Coach there, it was Connor 42-19 over Simon Kenton. Campbell County in a squeaker. They win by 1, 29-28 versus Newcath here. That game, of course, at Dixie Heights tonight. And Greg, I mean, yeah, Campbell County gets a big win here, but man, Newcath, they're definitely on the way back. And you're talking about a 2A school, or no, they're 1A now, right?
Yeah, they're 1A. They flip-flop with Beechwood.
And Campbell County 6A here. So just to hang in there with that's pretty impressive. Boone County gets a win tonight, too. Good job by the Rebels. They knock off Paul Lawrence Dunbar 14-13. Lloyd breezes by Bishop Brossett 44-16 in that one. And Newport and Ludlow, they do battle. It's the Wildcats coming on top of the Panthers 32-30 there, Greg.
That's a fun small school game. That Newport team can score some points, and Ludlow with Woody McMillan over there, and you know who else is there now is Jeff Barth, the old Walton Verona head coach, as an assistant. Keep an eye on Ludlow. They're just hanging out down there in their little thing, doing their little thing with that red field. But watch those guys at the end of the year. I think they could be a fun to follow.
Carter Daniels runs for 4 touchdowns. Walton Verona knocks off Holmes 37-0. Dayton falls to Sayre 55-0 in that one, Greg. And the final one I had over there was Holy Cross losers to Middlesboro tonight by the score 14-12. So While we're at it, let's get to Indiana. And, when we go to Indiana, we talk Lawrenceburg. All of our scores for Lawrenceburg brought to you by Kelsey Truck Country on Route 50 and 275 in Lawrenceburg, Greater Cincinnati's fastest growing full-service dealer in Tri-State. The Tri-State's #1 Chevy lease dealer, all because your family believing in ours. From our family to yours, KelseyChev.com. Lawrenceburg, 35-27 over Franklin County. East Central knocks off Batesville, 24-13. Shoe. We also have finals from Rushville. They knock off Connorsville, 44-8. And that one in South Dearborn, they defeat Greensburg by a score 28-3.
Yeah, look, Lawrenceburg's win over Franklin County, 35-27. That's a good win. They're on a roll a little bit. Batesville was 4-0 heading into this game with East Central tonight, and Batesville just was a little bit too much. East Central was too much for Batesville, but man, keep an eye on Batesville too. That the Batesville and Lawrenceburg play next week, I think, and that should be a heck of a game.
Always is. So we've wrapped up some Kentucky talk. We've talked some Indiana. When we come back, it's time to take a dive into what's going on over here in the Buckeye State. We've got some big contests, more coaches to talk to, and plenty more scores for you as well. So stick around for more high school football tonight, powered by TriStateFootball.com, and right here on Cincinnati's ESPN 1530 and Fox Sports 1360.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps demonstrate their commitment to defend the American way of life. Since 1775, wherever the mission takes, we always remember the land we call home. As Marines, we take a stand for our nation, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Mela Services has been your one-stop shop for window and carpet cleaning for over 15 years. We've built a reputation for excellence with thorough, responsive, and dependable service. Mela's proud of our 4.9 out of 5-star Google ranking because it means we've delivered excellent service to our customers over and over again. So let us put our award-winning team of cleaning experts to work for you. Check us out at melaservices.com/football.
For over 20 years, the Underground Sports Shop has been the local favorite for sports teams, fans, and businesses who are looking for quality products with prices they can afford. From uniforms and sports gear to fan apparel and promotional items, we take pride in providing you with the customized products you need and the service you deserve. To place an order, visit us online at theundergroundsportsshop.com or call us at 513-751-1662. That's the Underground
Working on it.
Showcasing pride on and off the field.
First came the wheel, then came the steam engine, and then came automated investing. Since the dawn of time, people have used technology to make their lives better, and better is what Betterment is all about. While we may not be as famous as the wheel, we did pioneer a better way to invest, because Betterment knows that being invested in better is pretty much the best investment.
All right, I got Mormon.
Be invested.
Investing involves risk. Performance not guaranteed.
Craving Penn Station East Coast subs? Skip the line and order online at penn-station.com. Get your favorite sub with fresh cut fries and fresh squeezed lemonade. Visit penn-station.com.
Make it more at Thomas More University. Our Saints Essential program is designed with you in mind. Enjoy all access dining plans, easy parking, and more included with your tuition. Visit campus and receive an additional $1,000 yearly scholarship. Schedule now at thomasmore.edu.
With NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, you can watch every game, every Sunday, all in one place. Which means you can watch the Dolphins, and the Broncos, and the Lions, and the Cowboys, and the Jets. Or whoever you're rooting for, all in your living room.
Stand by.
That would be dangerous. Watch every game, every Sunday.
You got Mormon.
In YouTube TV. Sign up at youtube.com/NFLST. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games.
All right, welcome back in to Cincinnati's ESPN 1530 and Fox Sports 1360 is high school football tonight, powered by TriStateFootball.com. Greg Shoemaker, Dan Klaskins having a good time with you on this Friday, the halfway point of the high school football season. And it's been a great night of football, and we've got a lot of scores and more stuff to get into. We'll get into plenty of scores, and our game ball's still ahead. But right now, It's time to continue to talk to some coaches, and we're going to head to the ECC, where, man, we had a lot of great games on this night, including a big one between two of our ranked teams inside the Blitz 5 top 25. And the hometown West Claremont Wolves come up with a big win tonight, knocking off Milford, and doing so in convincing fashion in a game that was close, but the Wolves pull away 49-21. They're the winners. And joining us here now on the program is head coach Ben Moorman. And Ben, congrats tonight on this big win for your team. And man, you guys, this was back and forth contest. You guys pulled away late. I mean, tell us how you did it.
Yeah, hey, thanks for having me on, guys. The kids played great, and Milford's a really good team. Coach Grippa does such a good job over there with those guys, and we just, we went into halftime, and we thought we might be able to do a couple of things, offensively and defensively that could give them a problem. And so we came out, and the kids did a great job executing the game plan. They really got better as the game went along, and we're fortunate enough to come out of there with a win.
Boy, when you look at this win, Ben, I mean, Landon Young and Bo Rickman tonight, they have 360 or 370 of your 400 yards rushing. Young goes for 192 and 3 touchdowns. Rickman 178 and 3. When you have a 1-2 combo like that, and watching that tonight as a high school coach, being able to just rip time off the clock once you get a win and just knock it out. Tell us how fun that was to watch these two and behind that line that did a fantastic job.
Yeah, and you said it. I mean, that was it. Like our 5 guys up front, along with Landon Edwards, tight end, like those guys do a great job. Just really moving guys. And then, when you've got, like you said, when you've got a 1-2 punch like Bo and Landon, they make it a little bit easier for you. But we're really proud of both of those guys. They worked extremely hard in the off season to get their bodies right. And they're really starting to turn them out now.
Yeah. And I mean, ECC, obviously, I mean, it's pretty wide open this year. A lot of great play here. You guys have already been through it a little bit. What do you see, Coach, about your team each week? Obviously, as the season grows, you want to see them develop a little bit here. I mean, what do you like about your team here now that maybe you didn't like as much just when the season began?
Well, all year, really, like we've talked about physical and mental toughness. Looking at the schedule, we knew it was really front heavy for sure. I mean, coming out of the gate, like Mount Healthy's a really, really good football team. Playing Anderson state semifinals a year ago. And so Milford, really good team, King's fantastic program. So we really knew, it's kind of life in the ECC. But we talked about mental and physical toughness and really just hanging in there, and knowing that we're a good football team. And when you line up to play us, like you gotta come to work. And so that's what we like, and our guys really bought into that. And now we can, hopefully we can get a little bit more momentum going into the back half of the season and see what happens.
When you talk about teams and character, you can already see your team starting to build some character. You beat Mount Healthy, you lose to Anderson, you come back and beat a Lebanon team that's very, very good. You lose to Kings, you come back and beat number 14 Milford. Talk about the character that you're starting to see this team develop.
Yeah. Right now, I'll go back to it. I mean, it's for us. It's one of the things we've talked about all off season is mental and physical toughness. We've talked about connection and just staying connected and hanging in there together. And then we just got to continue to get better every week. Regardless of the outcome, we got to show up on Saturday morning and go to work. We got to show up on Monday afternoon and go right back to work. And we got to continue to get better as the season goes along. Because you want to get hot at the right time, and hopefully we can do that.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you taking a couple minutes with us. Best of luck down the stretch and starting up again next week as you guys make the trip to Turpin. And congrats again on this big win over the Knights here this evening. Or excuse me, over the Eagles. Over the Eagles. Got the wrong ECC.
Sure. Yep, absolutely.
Thanks, Ben. Appreciate it, man.
Guys. Thanks so much for having me.
All right, there you have it. Ben Moorman, the head coach of West Claremont. They moved to 3-2, 3-1 in the ECC, which is the exact record of Milford after they fall here. And speaking of the ECC, let's get out to that Underground Sports Shop scoreboard and update you on the rest of the finals from the conference. And we'll start with 6th-ranked Winton Woods blanking Walnut Hills 49-0. It was Loveland knocking off Turpin tonight, 23-7. They really pulled away late in that one. Little Miami falls to Lebanon 25-7, and Anderson, Greg. And I mean, we knew that they were, obviously a really good team. Kings, our 11th ranked team coming in the week. The Raptors take them down 41-0.
Ooh, dude, they have not given up more than 7 points in a game. They're 5 games in. They're giving up 4 points per game. There's this, I mean, as good as this offense is, they are fantastic on defense. They were only up 21-0 at half tonight, which is sort of slacker for Anderson. But I think we got to start talking about these 2 sophomores that they have on defense, Antoine Higgins and Ace Alston. They may be the 2 best sophomores, the class 20. They may be the best 2 class of 2027 defensive players that any team has. I mean, they're fantastic.
Yeah, and I mean, Justice Burnham, 24-37, 321, 3 touchdowns through the air. He runs for 81 yards and 2 touchdowns on 10 carries there. I mean, every single week. How can I get this dude on my fantasy football team?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he would be the best, right?
Yeah.
Just week in and week out, he produces big time. He's got 16 touchdown passes, only 2 interceptions through 5 weeks, and another 5 touchdowns rushing. But that's the way it was last year at the same time. I mean, he has been just a great player, and he's just such a great kid. He's just loosey-goosey. He has this, he doesn't take things too heavily.
What exactly is loosey-goosey?
I mean, he has this like, he doesn't get uptight about anything. He just goes with the flow. He is Justice Burnham. He's a different cat. I love this kid.
There you have it. There you have it. We've got some more scores to get to. Let's reset some games out of the GCL South, including the one you heard here earlier tonight, our Blitz 5 game of the week. Moeller knocks off St. Xavier, the top-ranked Crusaders, 45-37. First play of the ball game in this one. First play of the ball game, Herb Street runs 80 yards for a touchdown. Then Moeller goes on a 28 unanswered point run. I thought I was about to go on running clock, but you can never count out the Bombers, baby. 45-37, the final there. A hard-fought game. And then, Greg, as we go over to Elder, and like our Lawrenceburg scores, we know the Elder scores are always brought to you by Kelsey Truck Country on Route 50 and 275 in Lawrenceburg, Greater Cincinnati's fastest-growing full-service dealer and the Tri-State's #1 Chevy lease dealer, all because your family believe in ours. From our family to yours, KelseyChev.com. And Elder, 17-15. They win on a last-second field goal over Louisville St. Xavier, and a big win here for the Panthers.
It's really amazing to me to see how well they played and persevered. They lose their best player last week, Maddox Arnold. He went down to a knee injury. Their leading tackler, he's headed to Toledo, but he became their short distance or their short yardage inside the red zone guy, and he has been scoring touchdowns there. And for them to just hang on and to beat a Louisville St. X team tonight, that's a big win. This team, just Doug Ramsey gets the best and the most out of whatever team he's gotten. I'm really excited for what Doug's going to have in the rest of the year with this team because they're underdogs.
9th-ranked LaSalle also winners tonight. They knock off Withrow 43-19 in that contest. Moving quickly over to the GMC, where a lot of lopsided scores on this Friday, including Lakota East taking down Fairfield 59-17. Oak Hills falls to Hamilton 34-7 in that one. Lakota West 51-7 victors over Middletown. Princeton puts it to Mason 30-7, and Sycamore doubles up Colerain 14-7 there, Greg. And I mean, goodness gracious, I know Lakota West was good. Middletown's a pretty good team too. That was impressive 51-7 spot, but some of your thoughts on GMC play today.
Yeah, so back-to-back 50-point games for Lakota West. Now they've got Sycamore and Colerain coming up. They could go 4 straight games with 50 points. This team, I mean, they're digging in deep right now. I mean, after they lost to Princeton, this is a different team. And 59 points by Lakota East. I don't know, even in the Rick Haynes era, if we saw 51 points in 3 weeks. So
I know. And Jamison Kitna, I mean, how about this kid?
Look at that.
Puts up the numbers again. 5 passing touchdowns, completes 18 of his 27 attempts for 299 yards. Zion Neal pulling in 2 of those tutties and finishing with 49 yards, leading all receivers with 6 catches. And Ryder Hooks, 8 for 112 on the ground. A touchdown of his own, so things are cruising there for the Thunderhawks.
You look at East, Ryder Hooks has got Mac offers. He's a junior. Boyer, the wide receiver, he's got offers now. And Kitna, the quarterback, he's committed to UAB. So they've got big-time skill players at the big-time skill positions. And look at them, man, learning how to win. You go, John Kitna and Jamison Kitna.
We've got more scores to get to. We'll get back to the Underground Sports Shop scoreboard. As a reminder, Tri-State football is where high school football never ends. So be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on X, YouTube, Instagram, and now Twitch, including a lot of our live streams. We got this one going on right now on YouTube, and our guy Sam Reed, he'll have the plays of the night for you in the 11 o'clock hour over there. We couldn't do the show, though, without all of our great partners. High School Football Tonight is brought to you in part by AE Door and Window Company. They sell the best and service the rest. Thomas More University. Join Thomas More University October 1st for the 2024 Regional College Fair on campus at the Connor Convocation Center. And, of course, Penn Station, East Coast Subs, Penn Station. It's all in good taste. We'll come back. We'll continue to go through some scores. We got some game balls to hand out and another coach, hopefully, to talk to. We'll do all that as we work our way to 11 o'clock with Dan Klaskin and the Greg Shoemaker right here on High School Football Tonight on Cincinnati's ESPN 1530 and Fox Sports 1360.
Hi, I'm Bill Weber.
And I'm Adam Weber of AE Door and Window.
The Tri-State's choice for garage doors, entry doors, awnings, and windows.
On it. % off any of these products in September, plus an additional 5% off your total order when you combine 2 or more.
Take advantage of great savings when you purchase a LiftMaster garage door opener from AE Door and Window.
Up to $75 off these next generation openers.
Find out more at aeDoorSales.com.
We sell the best and service the rest. AE.
If you compare a diamond from Genesis Diamonds to one you find somewhere else, one thing will always stand out. The Genesis diamond is, well, prettier and more brilliant.
We'll show you why our diamond's light performance is significantly greater than things you can get elsewhere.
Genesis Diamonds Vice President David Cooper.
Not just because of the color and the clarity, but because of things a certificate can't tell you. Because of the characteristics, the personality, the material.
It's the extra step in quality control that comes from an owner obsessed with perfection.
Our owner is incredibly picky when he buys diamonds, searching through hundreds just to get a handful. You will not see diamonds that have the fire at your average mall store or chain store or smaller independent because they don't have the access worldwide like Genesis Diamonds does. Our diamonds' light performance, character, and explosive brilliance is bar none the best your money can buy.
Don't compromise with a diamond that just looks good on paper. Get a diamond that reflects your love in the best light possible.
This diamond has to be spectacular.
Genesis Diamonds on Montgomery Road.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Do you want lower monthly payments, a shorter finance term, less interest paid, options over obligations, a lower overall cost of driving?
I've got Orlando.
The Tri-State's #1 Chevrolet lease dealer. Together, let's drive at KelseyChev.com.
And just a reminder, we have a hard out at 59.50.
book and are amazed that we have those rings in stock.
David Cooper, Vice President at Genesis Diamonds, talking about how Genesis stays on the cutting
We
edge.
pride ourselves of staying ahead of the curve of fashion and seeking what's new, what's hot all over the world, what's hot all over the internet, and having that in stock for you, where other stores are still chasing styles that were cool maybe 5 or 10 years ago.
Why settle for an outdated style or a stale design? Make the switch to Genesis and get the ring of her dreams with over 4,000 cutting-edge choices from the top bridal designers in the world.
We have the designer looks that you see everywhere in stock in a variety of metals, a variety of sizes and shapes, and a variety of budgets, so every customer can have exactly what they want.
Genesis Diamonds and luxury pre-owned Rolexes, where no compromise is ever necessary.
We are so honored and proud that so many people have made the switch to Genesis Diamonds and not only told their friends about Genesis, but have brought their friends to Genesis.
On Montgomery Road.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you're always looking for ways to position your operation to create opportunities and move on them faster. With Bank of America, you get access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter. Locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
First came the wheel. Then came the steam engine. And then came automated investing. Since the dawn of time, people have used technology to make their lives better. And better is what Betterment is all about. While we may not be as famous as the wheel, we did pioneer a better way to invest. Because Betterment knows that being invested in better is pretty much the best investment you can make. Betterment. Be invested.
Investing involves risk. Performance not guaranteed.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cashback you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. Basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
O'Reilly. Need a little help? O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. Need advice? We've got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you
stand by.
Professional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
All right, welcome back in to Cincinnati's ESPN 1530 Fox Sports 1360 as high school football tonight, powered by TriStateFootball.com. He's Greg Shoemaker. I'm Dan Claskins, Drew Westerheide behind the glass, and with you till 11 o'clock out there on this Friday night. We've got our final coach of the program we're going to talk to now as we head to the GCL Coeds, and that is where we got another big game here tonight from McNick. They continue their winning ways, and they do so with that impressive defense and another good performance here tonight. And Greg, with us now, head coach Mike Orlando is with us now. Sorry, Mike, it's been quite a long night.
That's all right. I haven't heard Bo in a long time. Bo Orlando from the WVU days.
Yes. Bo Orlando was a heck of a player back in the day, but
he was.
You guys had a bunch of heck of players tonight as you win 38-8 over Purcell Merriam, Mike. And as I was alluding to, once again, obviously it clicked on all sides with this type of victory, but the defense, goodness, will you guys ever give up touchdowns? I don't know. It's been pretty impressive early on.
Yeah, we were always proud with happy with the win. We started out a little slow. It just, we had too many penalties first half and second half. We had too many penalties all game long. But to come out and get a win and have some things to clean up, we'll do that every time. We're good with that. But happy with the defense right now as we enter into GCL play. We have to continue because it's just going to get tougher from here on out. So. But happy with the win tonight and really proud of the guys.
So week one, Mike, you guys go up to your hometown, Steubenville, and Steubenville's the Big Red, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so you go up and play the Big Red, and that's like, the whole city shuts down for Big Red football on Friday night. You lose that game by 2 points. And what did you tell your guys on that long bus ride back home? Because since then, they've responded amazingly. I mean, you guys are putting up about 30 and not giving up touchdowns, like Dan said.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, they're a perennial power, and we knew going into it that was going to be a really tough and physical game. And, we just told them that, if you continue to play like that, continue to be good teammates and all that, you might just have another shot at them later down the road. And, good things will happen. And they've responded. They knew, they understood what we were getting into. They understood that they were a good football program and on the road and all that stuff. And, so we, but that's week one. It's behind us, and we have moved on from there. And I'm glad where we're at. If someone said, "Hey, we'll give you 4-1 at the halfway mark, you're going to take it," I said, "Yeah, absolutely, I'll take that every time." We're on schedule. As I mentioned, we're heading into GCL play, so got to tighten some things up, and we will. We're going to enjoy this win first.
Well, your next two games are against two teams that I've looked at as enigmas this year. At Chaminade Julienne, who's not really the same team with a lot of guys coming back. They haven't got it all going yet. And Alter, the same way. Alter, don't get me wrong, Alter's played a great schedule, but both of these teams, I mean, they got flaws that they didn't have last year. And I got to think you guys, with your confidence, got to feel pretty good about your next game and then the one after that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's GCL play. We played really well against CJ last year. They run a kind of an unorthodox offense. So it's hard to game plan for that. You will never get the speed and the timing that they have. So, it makes for a difficult week prepping for them. But we know that going in, we did well with it last year, and hope to obviously continue that this year. And then we're going to take it week to week. Alter is Alter. I know that the quarterback got knocked out a couple weeks ago, but they're still playing, a pretty good defense, and they're always going to play really tough, just like any other GCL team, really. So, it's so much coach speak and cliche, but you really have to take it week by week, because if not, you'll just overwhelm yourself. So we're going to focus on CJ and do our very best when we take the ride up to Dayton.
Mike, thanks for joining us here tonight, and congrats on another big win. We'll let you go enjoy it the rest of your evening. There you go.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
All right.
McNick continuing their winning ways.
Looking
38-8 there. Greg, I did want to reset a story for those who weren't with us earlier in the hour. We are still getting news in on tonight, a second shooting here outside of North College High School with football game versus Woodward. According to our partners at WLWT, a shooting outside the game, according to a spokesperson with Cincinnati Public Schools, a football player from Woodward was actually injured in the shooting. The player's conditions unknown. The game ended abruptly. We'll have more on this. Of course, stay tuned to WLWT for not just the Blitz 5, but the developing situation here. And, of course, our prayers and thoughts with that family.
Yes, absolutely.
All that said, Shu, we've sort of reached the end of the night. We've got just a few minutes here left. So, I did want to just thank our partners at Tri-State Football. We couldn't do anything without all of our great partners here, including obviously the Marines, Gold Star, and our friends over at Mellow Window and Carpet Cleaning. Shu, let's get right to the game balls, and I'll start with you and start with some of yours.
Well, I mean, to me, the guys tonight at West Claremont, Landon Young and Bo Rickman, combining for 370 yards rushing and 6 touchdowns, each of them with 3. Fantastic night for West Claremont. Just a punch in the mouth to Milford tonight, and Ben Mormon becoming a fine young head coach.
No doubt about it. I got a game ball here. I'm going to give it to let's talk about Antonio Mathis. 3 passing touchdowns. He ran for 1 tonight, or no, actually he did not run for 1 tonight, but still 3 passing touchdowns for Hamilton. I also had a big night here. I wanted to call out earlier. I mean, we got to talk about all the Moeller records that fell tonight.
Oh, yeah, all kinds of stuff there for Ponatoski, the all-time leader in touchdown passes. For the career, and he's still got a year and a half left. So good stuff for the Moeller group.
Yes, you got any more game balls? I got a couple.
So,
go ahead.
So 2 teams tonight that beat teams that were undefeated coming into the night, and that is Talawanda knocked off Carroll, who was 4-0 coming into the night. Quarterback Cale Leach throws for 230, runs for 62, and has 3 passing touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown. And Roger Bacon knocked off New Richmond 28-20, knocking New Richmond out of the ranks of the unbeaten. Vince Geyer had 6 receptions for 138 yards and a receiving touchdown, 2 interceptions and an interception return for a touchdown for the Spartans in that victory.
Yeah, and Baden 38 they put up tonight in an impressive fashion, getting the win over Hughes. And all of our scores here on the show for Baden and Hamilton brought to you by AE Indoor and Window Company. They sell the best and service the rest. Thanks to Bill and Adam Weber for their continued support of high school football tonight for all these many, many years. So, weeks in the book here. We've got a lot of great games still coming up next week. We'll be back here. We got another big GCL South showdown as St. Xavier and Elder will tangle. So we're looking forward to bringing that. I did want to give a big thanks out to our NKU crew, including both Elena Moore and Keegan Wood. Wes Akers was here earlier, and all their team or our live stream, and the great job they do with Friday Night Lights, their game nights.
TGI football.
TGI football.
Yeah.
TGI football. We definitely try to retweet it, but it's the red zone for high school football. And,
yes, it is.
It's really fun to work
Glad
with
to be
them.
a part about it.
And definitely big thanks out to Drew Westerheide and even Taryn Bland for helping us with all of his helpful insights tonight. Shu, some final words of wisdom here as we put the finishing bows on week number 5.
Well, I think when you look at it, what Moeller did tonight at St. X in front of that big old crowd, it was a special night. Matt Ponatoski is a very, very special player, the quarterback for the Crusaders. It's just fantastic.
15 seconds.
All right. That's all the time we got. Be sure to head over to our YouTube page. Check out our guy, Sam Reed, and, of course, Blitz 5 for the best highlights in the city. For Greg Shoemaker, I'm Dan Claskins. We'll see you next time right here on High School Football Tonight.